Thanks, Pragati team and independent juries for recognizing me. And Arun, special thanks to you. I think whatever you said, I think you tee up a very good points, and I think I'm probably going to add a few more points on that. But that's really the core of how I'm looking at from a leadership challenge, and what really kind of drove our engagement, right, with Pragati, and how it has been a great help, right? So I mean, we all know, right? I think since pandemic, I think the definition of a leader and leadership qualities have kind of evolved quite a bit, right? And motivating and retaining, right? More importantly, a workforce that's really torn equally between home and office, like never before, has really forced the IT leadership to think of various different aspects, probably that they're not. I mean, obviously we have thought about it, but we never kind of acted on that, right? And those are like, first is, I think we need to realize that we need to share a typical engineering mindset of managing teams and people, right? I think as an engineer, right, I always feel it's 2 + 2 should always be 4, right? And I think that's where I realized over this last, definitely for last few years, and we have more than triple our team over the last 3 years, and most of them have been kind of working remotely, right? And probably I have not seen many of the faces. I mean, there was a time when I used to, take a final interview for everyone, and now I've not probably met, most of them, right? So I think that culture, I think, is the one single thing I feel is that is going to tie all of us together. And if you're going to be successful as an organization, and you need to continue performing for your clients and delivering, I think you need to have that cultural bonding. Otherwise, it's just a bunch of individuals that are working on you in a contract, right? So I think so empathy, right, EQ as well as IQ is what I think really is the we need to kind of focus on that, right? And from a leadership perspective, so if I had to summarize the problem, what we thought, right, and as a I also want to kind of thank the leadership team, right, at MTech, because it's not a single man's job, right? I think it has been a collective team effort that has really helped us. And I think what we realize is, in today's world, and as Arun said, right, the inner spirit, co-creation, and a lot of those points, I think it all boils down to the fact that you cannot just macromanage people. People cannot see somebody, in action, take them as a role model, and then kind of follow and then become a leader by just virtue of spending years with them in the organization or in the field, right? So I think the one single most kind of challenge, I think, what we face as a leader is, how do we make our teams, our leaders think, right? So think is the only, I think, single problem, and that needs to come from within, right? You cannot force somebody to think from all the different perspectives and deliver value with whatever they're doing, right? So yes, I think empathy and respect for others, and all those things have become more critical now. At the same time, the expectations with the delivery are also kind of are same, right? It's not that expectations from our clients and our partners have kind of reduced just because of pandemic. I think, in fact, they have increased, because typically I see the Indian kind of teams are moving up in the value chain, right? They're becoming more critical in the success of our clients. So I think how do we make our people think, right? How do we make them realize what is the culture, right? What is the organizational culture? What is our differentiator, right? How do we differ from somebody else, right? I think those are the very valuable aspects, and we were really at some point we were lost because of the growth what we were kind of seeing, and not having enough kind of internal team to kind of focus on these aspects. And that's where I think I'm glad we thought, okay, let's kind of partner with somebody, and we went to assessment, and then I was still not very sure, right, if it's really somebody coming from outside and trying to understand how do we deliver value in terms of the technology and all that, and as Arun said, right, and you come from a completely different perspective of the people, culture, leadership qualities, and there are entirely different things. Although I think we always appreciate value, I think we never realized the need and the importance of it than what it was in recent time, right? And so that's where it's all started. And the first workshop what we had with Anu, right, and even I brought in all my leadership team in that workshop, and it was a 4 hour, and I was thinking, okay, really, do I need like this 4 hour workshop for this? But then I think the kind of discussion we had in those initial call with Anu, and and I think that we took back that as the input, and then Pragati team went back and kind of fine-tuned the courses and things like that. I think that has really I think helped us, right? I mean, it has really helped us challenge that we are trying to address and continue our growth. And at the same time, I mean, see, the profitability and other things will come, right? And we are in a knowledge economy, and people is our key, right? And if we can't take care of people, right, if we can't make them think in the right direction and help them balance the different stress that they're kind of facing on a daily basis, right, at home, and at the same time doing the work, I think that's where really I kind of appreciate the help. And I think in today's leadership, it's all about kind of creating your next level of leaders, and everybody else who can really is they're able to tackle these challenges themselves, and also at the same time help somebody else tackle these as well, right? So I think those are my thoughts, and I'm really glad that I've been part of the journey, and I've been able to contribute to my colleagues and company and our clients, right? So I'm thankful for that. So thanks, Pragati Leadership, once again, and I really appreciate what we're trying to do here together, right? Thank you.